Yo, what's up? It is 12:25 a.m., June 17th. This is my Boker Kalashnikov OTF. Awesome knife. Showed it multiple times. I was on online recently looking on Blade HQ and I found something that surprised me. Same knife, right? All blacked out. No, it is not the same knife. When I saw this, I was like, holy shit. If I remember correctly, in my first video, I showed this knife in my first impressions video. I said this knife would be better with a double-edged dagger blade. And I don't know if it's like a coincidence Boker just randomly released this shit, or if I doubt it, but it's possible. Maybe they saw my video and they're like, hey, let's design a dagger blade for this motherfucker. But this is what I saw online and I was like, holy shit. It was a little bit more. It was almost $10 more. It was like 127, 130. Paid like 140 with taxes and everything, but it is the same knife, just a dagger blade. And I think it might be, let me see. It's hard to tell. I think it might be a little bit thinner, the actual stock thickness, but it looks about the same. Yeah. So, double-edged dagger blade, and it looks like maybe it's just me. It looks like it gets a little bit wider towards the end of the blade. I tried to like kind of line it up with something just to kind of tell, to see. Obviously, it has belly right there towards the end, so it's gonna be, you can go like that to see what the angle is gonna be like right there. But right here, I was trying to line it up to see how straight it was, and I was just like, So it kind of lifts up right there. So it's not like straight all the way. So I'm thinking it does kind of widen towards the end of the blade, kind of like my, my M21, my CRKT, yeah. That one, it's a wide spear point. Obviously, this isn't a spear point, but the way it gets wider towards the end of the blade kind of makes it kind of like similar to a spear point. But yeah, that's pretty fucking dope. Right here, you can see that the symmetry, the grind is just a little bit messed up. Yeah, so I wasn't too crazy about that, but it's no big deal. So from what I know, they just have this version, this black version. So if they come out with a fucking OD green one, I'm probably not going to buy that. But since I have this OD green one, or it's advertised as OD green, it's like a limeish kind of green, yellowish green, but I don't know. I'm going to try it. If it's possible, I'm going to be fucking happy. But I'm trying to, look at the dimensions of the way the blade goes into the handle and shit, and I'm pretty sure I can do a blade swap. It's just a little bit different on this one right there, but on this side, they pretty much are the same, the way it fits into the handle. And let me see, try to fuck up the blade, like, take it off the little track or whatever. When it's like that, and it can kind of wobble around a little bit more, and I think that's where on that spine of the blade, it's a little bit kind of dull on one spot, and I think maybe when they're putting it together, assembling the knife, it rubbed up and touched right here. But other than that, when the knife is when it's going like that, when it's not all fucked up off the track or whatever, I'm pretty sure it's not rubbing up against the handle. But because of the way this is, like, I'm pretty sure they're the exact same inside. I don't think they changed the knife a little bit just for the fucking blade style, but I'm hoping that it'll be able to, be blade swapped in there and it'll be just fine. It won't fuck up the knife and rub up against the inside of the handle. But I mean, I don't know. I could be surprised. It might not fit or it might not fucking work or whatever the fuck. So if anything, I'll be fine with just having this one all blacked out with the dagger blade, double edged. But if I can't blade swap it, I might maybe, I don't know, fuck around and spray paint this or some shit. I'm thinking maybe paint it blue or something like that, or paint it purple. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I got this on a Blade HQ, $130, just under 130. I didn't even see it like coming soon or anything like that. I can't remember if Boker had a 2022 like Blade show video, knife company show their shit they got coming out, new releases like Spyderco or fucking CRKT. And I can't remember if I watched a Boker video, but I'm pretty sure I did. And I don't remember seeing anything of, fucking double-edged dagger Kalashnikov OTF coming soon. So when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought it was a glitch or something like that, or they fucked up the picture. But I clicked on it, looked at it. It said double-edged dagger blade, the same fucking knife, just a little more expensive. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm buying it. Because that's pretty much what I asked for, And I got hooked up with this too. They're doing like a little Father's Day fucking special or something like that. This is just some little, I never even heard of the fucking brand. Belady, I don't fucking know. It's some Chinese little lockback knife. And it's kind of weird. It feels really comfortable though, because it's like it looks like it's an all steel fucking lockback, and then they just kind of like slipped a rubber on it. They just put this rubber little coating, little fucking case on it, because you can kind of almost peel it off, but it's like kind of feels like it's super glued on there a little bit. I'm not sure exactly, but it said it had 420 steel. I'm not sure what the fuck that is, if that's like an apostrophe and it says Nox, or if it's trying to say Inox. But it ain't fucking Italian. It ain't from Italy or some shit. It says it was from China, so I don't know. But looks like a cool little like $10 knife or some shit that you get hooked up with on Blade HQ, and they give you a sticker. It's like a blue fucking polka dot tie or something, and then the rest of the tie is like a blade, like a Bowie style blade or something. I don't know. That's pretty dope. But yeah, so I got that with this knife, and I'm really excited about the double-edged blade. But right here, like I said, it got a little bit dull. Like I tried to test it on some paper, and the primary edge feels sharp. Feels razor sharp, not like hair popping sharp, like it's just gonna fucking collect hair like shaving cream or some shit. But right there, the primary edge is good. But right there, it's a little fucked up. So I'm thinking maybe when they were assembling it, it got rubbed up against that fucking handle where the spine of the blade is at. But other than that, I don't see it rubbing up against or touching the handle while you're just going like that. But if you fuck up the blade and take it off the track, I think that's where it has more room to wobble around, so it'll touch up against right there. So I'm gonna sharpen the knife and put a good edge on there and strop it up, because you can see right there, yeah, you can see the light kind of reflecting off of the fucking blade. So that's where it touched the handle or whatever the fuck. Other than that, it has a nice sharp edge. They changed it up a little bit, the logo. I kind of like that, because on here it's kind of smaller than, they made it just a little bigger. I think the logo on here is even smaller than the one on my fucking the USB little OTF. Yeah. But this one, I think it's either the same size as the USB one, or it's bigger now. And then the model number is 0350. And on here, it's 4272. So that's about the only difference. Other than that, maybe the blade stock thickness is a little bit thinner. Obviously on the fucking edge is thinner, but where they, you know, grounded it down right here, that's where it would be the thickest at. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm just trying to compare it right there. Yeah, it looks like it's a little thinner or maybe the same. And the switch, I've never taken this knife apart, and the switch is pretty good. It's not loose or anything. Obviously you can hear a little bit of movement, a little bit of rattle, but this thing, it's really fucking loose. So I'm actually glad. I'm gonna try to take it apart and do a blade swap and everything, because I can fix that. And I'm not sure exactly how this knife looks under the hood, but I took apart the little USB OTF just for the fuck of it. And there's a little screw, like a little torque screw that's kind of like face down like that, that goes into the switch that screws into it. So maybe that thing, the screw that's on here is loose or some shit from the factory, because this one, when it was out of the box, it didn't have that much wobble, and you know, I've never taken it apart, so it doesn't have any sort of wobble like this one, and this one's right out of the fucking box. So that's a little strange, but yeah, I'm gonna take it apart, try to do a fucking blade swap, and if I can't, then fuck it, I'll rock it like this, all blacked out. But I think a dagger blade on the green one, the OD green one, it would look sexy. But it's all good if it doesn't work out. So yeah, this is my Boker Kalashnikov OTF dagger. Later.